Welcome back to the Hustla Kitchen. Today we're gonna be making an Asian chicken noodle salad. I posted a picture of this on my Instagram story and I got a lot of comments saying, we want that recipe. I intended to make this video for you, but I just hadn't gotten around to it. So here I am gonna show you how to make this. We have a specialty cocktail that's gonna go along with it. It's a basil lime cooler. I'm gonna be sipping on this and we'll have this recipe posted in another spot and we'll link the two together. So let me show you how to do it. Okay, you have to start with rolling boiling water for this dish. We're gonna put these gluten-free rice noodles in, but we're gonna turn the water off and we're just gonna go ahead and just put the whole thing in. I'll get something to stir it. And we're gonna let this sit for 10 to 15 minutes or until al dente. So we just want to get these nice and soft, and then we are absolutely gonna run these under cold water. This is the one time where you're allowed to rinse your noodles in cold water, unless we're making the pasta salad. I know I've said that before, but we're gonna run it under cold water, 10 to 15 minutes in this piping hot water. Just be patient, but give it a few stirs in between. So while we have those noodles resting in the hot water, I'll keep going back and giving it a stir. I wanna show you how to make the dressing. You're gonna start with a cup of peanut butter. And to that, we are gonna add 4 tablespoons of tamari. Now, this is gonna completely seize up. Don't freak out, don't be worried. We're gonna add some warm water to that. This is 4 tablespoons of honey. So we balance out that saltiness with the sweetness from the honey. We've got 3 tablespoons of sesame oil. Not everybody likes the flavor of sesame oil, the way that it tastes. And if you're one of those people, just use olive oil or avocado oil. That would be fine too. I happen to really like the taste of a sesame oil. So I'm gonna add that in, and as you can see, it seems a little hard to stir, and that's okay. That means you're doing it right. I've got 2 tablespoons of rice wine vinegar, and you could use 4 tablespoons of rice wine vinegar if you don't have a fresh lime, but I do, so I'm gonna squeeze that in here. Got peanut butter all over my hands, okay. So I'm gonna squeeze half of this lime right here in the bowl, but I'm saving the other half. We're gonna squeeze the other half on top of the salad. I'm gonna grate, I call it a knuckle. I would say maybe about 1 inch of ginger. One of the things I like to do when I have fresh ginger is I take the skin off and then I pop it in the freezer and I keep it in a little Ziploc bag. I take it out and use it in whatever recipe that I'm making that calls for ginger, and then I have a lot of fresh ginger. Also, when it's frozen, it's really easy to grate. So the ginger, the garlic, you've got the saltiness from the tamari. I use tamari over soy sauce just because I try to keep soy out of my diet. Also, this is gonna be a gluten-free salad. As most of you know, the mister is gluten-free. So, got all that yummy garlic in there. If you don't have fresh garlic, you can use powdered. I've used it plenty of times when I'm in a pinch and I'm making this. I've got 2 to 3 cloves of garlic. It depends upon how much garlic you like. I like to keep the vampires away, so I usually use 3. An optional thing that we're gonna add, and I say optional, it depends upon who you're also cooking this for. Children, they may not want it too spicy. When I make this for my parents, I like to leave this ingredient out, but I use a ½ teaspoon of red pepper. Get all of that in here. We're gonna add this red pepper. That's a ½ teaspoon. I'm making this for adults, and so everyone really likes spiciness. Give this a stir. And then, like I said before, it'll seize up and it's really, really thick. So I like to come in, little warm water, and I'll add it 2 tablespoons at a time, or a splash at a time, okay? That's all you need to do, so that we can get the consistency to be more like a dressing or a sauce. Add about maybe 2 more teaspoons. And actually the water kind of makes this grow, which is really good because we have a lot of ground to cover. All right, we'll set this aside. I'm gonna check on my noodles and I'll show you how to put the rest together. Okay, so what you want to start with is cooked chicken. This is a whole roast chicken. It was a small one that I picked apart. I actually made this in my pressure cooker, but you could pick up a roast chicken from your favorite grocery store. You could also use leftover chicken breast. And if you're a vegetarian, you can leave the chicken completely out. So this starts with these rice noodles that we've drained and rinsed in cold water. And most of that water is off now. They're gonna be a little glossy and they're gonna look a little wet, but that's okay. So we'll kind of layer that in the bowl this way. And then I have cabbage. This is going to add such a beautiful purple color. You can use Napa cabbage, you can use green cabbage, but that's the half of a cabbage. And I sliced it up nice and thin-ish. You don't want it too thin because you really need that crunch. I'm gonna add carrot ribbons. So how I make the carrot ribbon, and I can thank my friend Claudia for this. This was always her trick. It makes a salad so beautiful. So shout out to Claudia. You're just gonna take your vegetable peeler and just cut ribbons like that. And you can do it right in the bowl. It's so easy, and it really makes such a pretty way to eat carrots, especially for this salad. It goes with the way that it looks. I have rainbow peppers that I sliced into these beautiful little rings. So we'll add those. It's like a package of rainbow peppers. And I like that size, I like the crunch. And this salad can really grow and you can make it huge. So if you're gonna use an entire pack of noodles, then you're gonna need a much bigger bowl. As you know, sometimes in the Housewife Hustla kitchen, something starts out as a recipe to feed 4 people and then it just continues to grow. I've got my chicken here that I've shred up. You can use leftover shrimp if you have that. And I've actually made this before with some leftover roast beef. So just add all this chicken in, layer it, make it look really pretty. Where did I put, oh, here we go. I need my napkin. All right, now set that down. We are gonna add green onions. And I use the whole bunch. I hate when I buy green onions and I end up having like 2 rogue green onions left. I just use the whole bunch, slice them up. So you're gonna go white all the way up to the light green parts. And if the dark green parts look healthy and they have a nice crisp to them, throw those in there too. You just don't want that soggy, slimy green onion element in here. I've got some peanuts. I put them in a Ziploc bag. I took the back of a spoon and just hit it with a hammer. These are raw, but if they have salted and roasted at your grocery store and that's all you can find, that's okay. You're just gonna wanna watch maybe the tamari or the salt that you add. And I should have mentioned with this dressing, with the peanut butter dressing, I try to use an unsalted, unsweetened peanut butter. If you have a peanut allergy, you can use sunflower butter and sunflower seeds instead of the peanuts. We're gonna take some cilantro here. Just give it like a rough chop. So I'll buy some cilantro and then I just take my hand and twist off the top and all the leaves that come with it. Those are the leaves that get to go in the salad. And the ones that don't, they'll get used for something else. So add this cilantro like that. This gives it such a pop of that fresh, herby flavor. And then before we put, let me wash my hands. Before we put the dressing on, kind of in the same way that you wanna, when you're making a salad, you always wanna salt the lettuce and the pepper before you end up putting the dressing on. I'm actually gonna use a little black pepper. I'm just gonna go in here, just kind of easy peasy through there. Then we're gonna take this beautiful dressing, and I might have done better if I transferred it into a different bowl, but I think this will work. And I'm just gonna put it on through here. I like to make my dressing in a nice wide bowl because usually when I get to whisking, I'll get it all over myself, which is also why I feel like I have to wear an apron when I make salad. I don't know if anybody else is like that, but let's go ahead and stop being shy about it. And that's it, you guys. Might do a few more little peanuts on top. All right, this is our Asian chicken noodle salad. And I hope you like it. Again, feel free, you can use leftover flank steak, shrimp, whatever you have on hand, or you can make it completely vegetarian. I hope you guys enjoy.